WMBD This Morning.
Welcome back. We continue our coverage on a night of unrest in the city of Peoria. First this morning, a break-in at the Peoria Target. Take a look here. Police telling our WMBD crew that looters did get into the store off War Memorial. Now, they have not said if anything was stolen there, but as you can see from this footage, the glass doors of the store were broken out, and officers were guarding that store after the crowd took off. We've since learned that employees have returned and they're working to board up the store. No word yet on the status of hours throughout the day. At 1:30 this morning, Peoria police responded to witness reports of a shooting that took place. This was at the intersection of Sheridan and Russell Street. Now, our crews were on the scene the moment at least one person was being treated on the ground and then was taken to the hospital by ambulance. Both Peoria police and Peoria Fire did respond to that scene. Investigators blocked off that intersection. Now, we haven't heard officially from police the status of that person, but according to witness reports, there was a man that was shot and he was taken to the hospital. Peoria police taping off Columbia Terrace at Sheridan also at around 2 this morning. This comes after reports of gunfire. Now, they couldn't say if anyone was hit, but they did confirm that they were actively investigating a shooting. As you can see on the ground there were at least 12 gun shell casings that were spread across the ground. Investigators now looking into that. They do believe that this shooting scene is related to other unrest across the city overnight. At 1:15 this morning, a large crowd gathered at Sheridan and MCCLURE in Peoria. Dozens of people became very rowdy. That was a gas station near the intersection there. When our crews got on scene, we did witness some sort of confrontation between Peoria police and some of the people that were gathered at that gas station. We don't know if anyone was formally arrested or charged with anything, but the group did have to be disbanded, and police were in very close proximity with some of the other people there. Illinois State Police were also on scene working to move traffic along in that area. At 2:15 this morning, Peoria Fire and Rescue were on scene at Peoria Motors. That's at Forest Hill and Prospect. And as you can see there, 2 cars were set on fire. A fence also damaged by that fire. Now, when I was speaking with the Peoria firefighter on scene, he told me this was, quote, guaranteed arson, that someone had set those cars on fire intentionally. He says no one was around at the time, so they're still working to learn more details leading up to that case. At 1 this morning, Peoria firefighters worked to put out a fire at West LOUCKS in Sheridan here. Now, this was one of our first calls of the night that we responded to. This is the Tire King there. And in speaking with a Peoria police officer on scene, he told me that there was a large group of people that were trying to set the building on fire. Now, in speaking with witnesses, as you can see there, they live in the area. They tell me that this is normally a very quiet area, and they were not expecting anything like this to happen and wake them out of their sleep. At 2:40 this morning, Peoria Police and Illinois State Police were on scene. This is Pinnacle Gun and Ammo in downtown Peoria, and that's at Main and Perry. The windows there had been busted in. Now, it wasn't confirmed if anything was taken, but Main Street was blocked off from Perry to Glendale. Illinois State Police and Peoria Police both on scene to control that intersection. It's since been cleared. In other news, Sunday, a protest that started in front of the McLean County Sheriff's Office continued to parts of downtown Bloomington before ending up in front of the Justice Center, where law enforcement officials, elected officials, and community activists spoke and reflected on the life of George Floyd and how people in McLean County, how they feel what they need to do in order to make sure a death like Floyd's doesn't happen again.
Chants of Black Lives Matter and I Can't Breathe filled the streets of downtown Bloomington Sunday as community members came together to protest inequality in America.
We're not out here saying no lives matter other than Black Lives Matter. We're saying that all lives don't matter until Black Lives Matter.
A wave of peaceful protests sweeping the nation initially started because of the death of George Floyd, but many say there's a larger problem here.
There's a systematic problem, and there's no question about that. And all it takes is one person to inappropriately exercise their police powers or constitutional authority that they're exercising on behalf of a city to hurt or kill somebody.
Many say the events around the country prove people are upset about the injustices many minority community members are facing. But just as that incident sparked these events, they're hoping these events spark a change.
Everything that happened to George Floyd, everything that happened to Ahmaud Arbery, everything that happened to Breonna Taylor can happen here. And so we need folks here in the community willing to come together, willing to have the hard conversations so we can make a change here to hopefully spark change around the world.
Event organizers say they hope people walk away with more awareness and an understanding that this is an issue that to solve will take more than one person. Others say they hope this acts as a wake-up call, letting people know there are things you can do to help.
America needs to flip the script. We need a new narrative here, one that's going to protect all the citizens and that's going to treat all citizens equally. It has to be change that is about policy change, and it's about political change.
In McLean County, I'm in Oshkosh.
A tale of two very different approaches for a similar cause. We'll continue to follow this story and we'll continue our team coverage when we return.